Okay. I'm getting in. Stream Mercy. I'm stream mercying to you right now. Clicking I agree.
Criminals! Your sentence is to be hanged from the neck until dead. Let your souls feed the
hang from the neck till dead.
And your bodies feed the land.
Okay, here's where I start picking. Okay, I can go ahead and pick settings here right now, though. That's excellent. So I can turn down.
You could have done it from the previous stream too. I literally halved everything, and it's pretty good right there.
I just turned down master volume. That's good to me. And then graphics.
Default, I'm getting around in game around 150 FPS.
I'm gonna do FSR maybe. Wow, FSR looks way better.
Does it?
This looks so so gross.
But FSR makes it so blurry.
It's very blurry. You're right. Max sharpness.
Bilinear.
Max sharpness.
You want to fucking zero out sharpness.
No, max sharpness FSR actually looks good for some reason.
Oh.
Do you see this?
I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, you're right on that actually.
I didn't think that would work. I'm being honest.
This max sharpness looks miserable.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Bilinear max sharpness looks fine.
Wait a second. Yeah, bilinear has. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like FSR actually just looks better with max sharpness. It's a little bit much. It's a little bit much. But I'm digging it.
I agree.
Not what I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, it does look a lot nicer than FSR or than News because it was too just sharp, like the lights. It's weird.
Yeah. Okay, so warrior, sorceress.
You can have
Which?
those three little things at the bottom and tells you what to use spell wise.
Oh. What is hardcore SSF?
Solo self-found and can't party up with players.
Ew.
There's Monk who uses a staff, Mercenary uses a crossbow, Witch uses staves, or wands, and scepters. Ranger uses bows. Warrior uses...
You arrived on our shores a whipped and broken child.
Giblas.
People made you strong. How?
Obviously, warrior.
Minions.
Wow. Hey, cutie.
I want to play enough to get to the first town, and then I'm gonna hop off.
Okay, well, I was actually just gonna start eating.
Well, it's like... You can select your movement type right now.
Was. Oh my gosh, that's so huge for me, man. That's...
Yeah, it's really nice.
Have to keep moving.
And you have like the Minimap in the top right, if you hit tab, it makes it center for like better viewing, and then you can just put it back up in the top right.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and eat real quick.
For a 65% board, the full aluminum body is solid. You could definitely do some damage with it. This model is their professional model over their performance one, which has a different case and the highly coveted Gateron Jade Pro switches for $150 total. Visually, I like the 3-tone PBT keycaps from like a dark to light gradient, and their use of the transparent caps as accents I think is a really nice touch. It still looks clean despite having 4 different types of keycaps on here. You can also get this in a white and like a champagne color, which really don't look all too different, but I think the black color I have here is the nicest. We do have 3 layers of internal dampening and pre-lubed stabilizers, making these Jade Pros feel even crisper. At 36 grams and adjustable down to 0.1 millimeters with a sensitivity of 0.02 millimeters, and the fact that it has 8K Hertz polling rate, the Magger 68 feels lightning fast when gaming, and the latency tests show that, and it's really one of the fastest keyboards I've tested on this list. And this is one that doesn't do anything new or exciting, right? Traditional 65% layout, no extra buttons or dials, nothing like that. So this definitely blends the line between a gaming keyboard and just a modern, almost custom build, which is really where the market is going more and more. The term gaming is just a buzzword. You can use any keyboard for gaming. But given the rapid trigger, the Jade Pro switches, dynamic keystroke with N key rollover, and 8K Hertz polling, this is definitely targeting the gamer who wants a clean, compact build. So for 150 bucks, the quality to performance here on the Magger 68 is top notch. Now for the number 8 spot, we're gonna toss it over to Brian from Bad Seed Tech. We always collab on these end of year roundups the last 2 years now.
Yo, Dylan.
So he's gonna take number 8.
Come try out this sauce. Come try out this hot sauce. Come here.
Hold on, I'm finding boss.
Then I'm coming to you.
It's Santina or something? Oh shit, I've been waiting for that. I should have told you.
Pretty spicy.
You got a good kick or what?
Yeah, I'm kind of fucking dying.
Is it pretty bad?
It's pretty fucking spicy. Oof.
I was looking at you getting kind of like that. It's really weird that it's pretty spicy. And you just can't sip that.
Pretty good.
I like that so far. They gave me a whole bag of chips.
Yo, what's up, Frank? What's good, everybody? Brian here from Bad Seed Tech, and we've definitely seen a lot of Hall Effect keyboards in 2024 thanks to the massive success of Wooting. Coming in at number 8 on Frank's list today is one of the more surprising entries this year, the Corsair K70 Pro TKL, which isn't perfect by any means, but definitely shows that they're really trying to be competitive. The big thing for me was the price point of $179.99 for double shot ABS keycaps or $189.99 for double shot PBT. That was surprising not only because they're offering a choice of keycap material, material, which is rare, but also because I would have expected Corsair to price this board at like $219 or even $229. They did have to control costs in some areas, so we've got the pretty standard plastic lower and aluminum top, but the one that'll be polarizing for a lot of people is that not all the switches on this board are Hall effect. The main keypad is, but the stuff you use less frequently, like the F-row, the nav cluster, the arrows, those are just linear mechanical switches. And sadly, those switches are not hot swap, so if one goes bad, there's no replacing just that switch. The Hall effect switches are hot swap though, and because they used a standard magnet position, you can swap these out with some of the more popular aftermarket switches like the Geon Raws. We also get a decent media control cluster in the top right, which you don't see on a lot of the Hall effect boards. Most of the functions can be assigned right on the hardware, only a few require IQ, and that's another pretty surprising move from them. They designed this board to where you don't need to have IQ running. You can adjust all your settings like rapid trigger and actuation point and then just save it to the board and exit IQ completely. It's not as nice nor as deep as the web-based Wutility, but it is a refreshing change to not have to have a control software running in the background. They gave a lot of thought to internal sound. Dampening too, as most Hall effect boards don't sound great, and overall this build feels really solid in hand. It also performs really well in game. It's not a perfect board, but it is a definite step in the right direction for Corsair, and I always like to encourage stuff like that when I see it. If you're someone who already has a lot of Corsair or IQ stuff in your setup, it's a good pick to keep that going. Thanks so much for having me on today. Hope everybody has a great holiday. Back to you, Frank.
Brian nailed it. This is Corsair's best gaming keyboard by far, after years and years of me being left disappointed by their recent keyboard releases, but this shows they're listening and improving. The only reason it's not higher on the list today is due to their switches. While we've seen brands in the past like Steel Series and Cooler Master only opt to have the main 60 keys as Hall effect, the rest mechanical, it just doesn't make sense to me. And their new MGX switches feel really smooth with the internal 2 layers.
I think it was.
It's a shame.
I only read chicken and steak, but I think it had chicken, steak, and shrimp, and I didn't see that. I think it's called Neighborhood Walmart. That's where I went. No, it's Santina's. No, Santi's Mexican Grill. Pretty good.
Wood. I didn't say we got wood. Ooh. All right, one. Oh, man. Oh, what game is this? I think so.
Tell him he'd love it.
Whole board. And what's even more annoying about that is with those non-Hall effect switches, they're soldered into the PCB, so they're not hot swap. Again, it's 2024, you'd love to see a full Hall effect board, but speeds with their MGXs are pretty respectable. And I'm going to be showing this graph for each board that's on the list today, but just know, anything under 5 milliseconds is really good. So the fact the majority of these are all within that 2 to 3 millisecond range of each other means they're more than acceptable for competitive gaming, and you're not going to really notice that slight difference from board to board. Well, you will from the fastest to the slowest, but you get what I'm saying. The K70 Pro TKL does benefit from things like an included magnetic wrist rest, the multimedia dial, and a dedicated gaming mode, which sets the board to 8K hertz polling, disables the Windows key, and sets the RGB static. But this also has an SOCD mode, which they call Flash Tap with the latest version of IQ. At 190 bucks, it's definitely got some stiff competition on the market, but it's a good option from this year at the number 8 spot.
I have 17 people watching me.
Huh?
Well, I'm saying
How do you have 17 people watching?
they're outside.
Where do you see 17?
They're all outside.
It says 0, you dumbass.
They're all outside. Pretty good. This is like some of the best Mexican I've had.
You want shrimp in that?
Yeah, I just take it out. Shrimp cup.
Number 7 is a beaut, and this is when things start to get fun. This is the Ponage Zen Blade, a fully aluminum 65% board with these aggressive geometric grooves and angles that really makes this stand out from the rest. It reminds me a lot of something we...
pretty bad at high level right now because he has to stand still to do or like one very specific thing.
see in the custom space. But this is a fully pre-built board
It's okay.
for $199. Honestly, in terms of physical...
Oh yeah, I'm restarting.
They already nerfed that. I was looking... Exit to character selection. I was looking, the monk looks really fun.
I want to do magic.
Okay, what kind of magic?
Sorcerer.
Okay. Good, because I did necromancer. Or I did the witch. And we'll be doing minions.
You are a minion guy, aren't you?
So I love having things that will do whatever I say. And won't complain about what I do then. Like you.
So like solo leveling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Solo leveling is pretty decent. I hate that it's Korean though.
Korean ones are weird.
They're always like
They
have like
characters always extremely hot.
extremely hot, which I love, and then the thing I don't love is the 17 panels of just it's extremely close up. Yeah,
Fight scenes 2 panels. The rest of it's just
pretty much.
design. This is one of my favorites of the year. It's a platinum colorway, they call
Sing-
it, with thick
sung-
double shot PVC
something
caps
wrong.
and a red accented weight underneath. Everything about this just screams premium. And this could have easily gone for like $400 if this released back in 2020. How far we've come. One of the things I really like is the fact that there's no software. If you want to adjust the rapid trigger or the RGB, they have a web-based app, which is the way to go and makes customizing everything a breeze as it saves onto the board itself. No downloading required. For the Gateron G 2.0 switches, they're buttery smooth and quiet with their pre-lubed palm stem and are adjustable from 0.1 to 4 millimeters. We also have factory lube stabilizers and 2 layers of internal dampening. All in all, feels really nice to use. While it is just 1 kHz polling, we do still hit under 5 milliseconds end-to-end latency, which, as I said previously, still feels lightning fast in use, especially with the switches being fully adjustable from the 0.1mm actuation. Ponage doesn't have an SOCD mode or a 4-action dynamic keystroke ability, so they keep it pretty basic with the Hall effect features here. I'm not going to personally knock it for lack of SOCD, that's a controversial topic as it is, it's getting banned more and more anyways, so that's going to be more of a bonus feature if anything. The only thing I will knock Zenblade for, and it might sound dumb, is the USB-C cutout on the back is very, very tiny. Like 9 out of 10 of my custom cables didn't fit, so I wound up just using their stock cable, which is really not a big deal, but would have really been nice to complement the board with a cool flashy cable, but they just don't fit. But zero complaints of actual issues with its performance. It looks killer, factory lube job on the switches and stabilizers is a great touch. It's tuned really well and is just awesome at number 7 today. Now for number 6, we're gonna go back to Liam from Aim Adapt. He was featured in our top 10 gaming mice video, and he's gonna be showcasing the fastest gaming keyboard on this list.
What's up guys, my name's Liam, also known as Aim Adapt. Pulsar's first Hall effect gaming keyboard has been very impressive, and I'm gonna break down for you why the PC MK2 HE TKL
Machine, you want to study the Bible with me? My, how studious. I may not even ultra kill you today. Very well then, let us begin indulging in these stories.
When did you start killing him?
Machine, cannot read that fast. You are getting ahead of me. You know I am a slow reader. It's not fair. You are ruining our study session. You fuck. I am matriculating you with my Bible. Be gone.
Ultra Kill is such a good game.
Deserves a spot on this list.
Too bad that you
Just
won't play
the
it by
general
yourself.
aesthetic of this keyboard looks very clean, and it does come
Fuck,
with
why?
their premium filling at double shot PBT keycaps. The build consists of a top aluminum tray, which the switches themselves sit inside of, and it has a really low form factor, so it doesn't feel too thick or too high up, and it has nice rounded edges, so it sits really low to the ground, and it's very comfortable to use over long periods of time. On the back of the case, it does have a transparent bottom tray where you can see the custom design for the silicone gasket on the inside with their branding on it, and then it does have these 3 silicone feet down here at the bottom, 2 up here at the top, and it does have these adjustable feet to adjust the angle of the keyboard, and both different settings also have rubberized feet on the bottoms of them. Pulsar has also teamed up with Gateron to create their own custom magnetic switch. They do come pre-lubed, have a dual rail design, and the actuation force is rated around 30 GF, so the feeling of these switches are very lightweight, yet they're still very responsive for gaming. They also made it really easy to open this case up, as all you have to do is remove 3 screws down here at the bottom and 3 at the top to access the internals. They also are conveniently using a web-based driver to make the accessibility and customization of this board that much more easy. It allows you to make adjustments to the keys, adjust the RGB, and they even have a macro editor in here. And for the performance, you can come in here and easily adjust the sensitivity to fine-tune either individual keys or them in selected groups, and it allows you to adjust the rapid trigger from as low as 0.1 millimeters all the way up to 4 millimeters, making adjustments in 0.1 millimeter increments. And then it also allows you to individually control separately the release and the repress on the rapid trigger functions. One of the most impressive things about this keyboard is the performance driver. It does come with an 8,000 hertz polling rate, up to 6K scanning. This has been one of the lowest latency boards that I have tested to date, and it does allow you to come into the software and make adjustments to the polling rate if you are having any type of instability issues with your system.
So the Pulsar PC-MK2HE is pretty much a new modern re-release of the original PC-MK that came out a few years ago that was very, very under the radar. This, of course, not to be confused with their X board that came out over the summer that I really liked, and honestly, I wish this took more cues from that because this design here is just kind of basic and boring. However, despite the lack of a visual wow factor, they make up for it in pure performance with their custom Gateron switches, adjustable from 0.1 to 4 millimeters, and are north-south pole hot swappable, which is cool, combined with their 8K hertz polling rate that results in the best end-to-end latency times we've seen at just 1.54 milliseconds. That makes this the fastest keyboard I've used. Pulsar also uses a web-based client instead of software, which is a plus, and of course has a full array of rapid trigger functions and an SOCD mode called Quick Tap, so you combine rapid trigger with SOCD at 8K hertz, and you've got no excuses not to come out on top. So if its looks aren't a deal breaker for you and you're fine with the plain Jane look, the PC-MK2HE at $159 is a really good deal for pure raw speed and performance at a more than acceptable price. Now, halfway through at number 5 today is a really unique keyboard in a league of its own on this list. That's gonna be the Newfie Air 60 HE. This is the gaming version of their Air 60 lineup and other boards that are more productivity focused, but this special HE model makes this the world's first low-profile Hall effect keyboard at 8K hertz. It's in a really unique position for such a small, compact, low-profile board to have those gaming features, and yet it's made of an aluminum top frame with a translucent ABS bottom. It also has these nice accented keycaps that are transparent with cool icons just to match the overall aesthetic, smooth thin bezels around, and a matching L-shaped USB-C cable on the left side. This, by the way, is also designed to be used as an upgrade over your laptop keyboard as it fits perfectly on top. This also has a 3-mode switcher on the backside for Mac, PC, and a gaming mode, which you can have saved preset settings, thanks again to their web-based client. I'll scream it from the mountains, web-based over downloadable software is the way to go. Inside are low-profile Jade Pro switches, which are a fully POM material, adjustable from 0.1 to 3.3 millimeters, which feel even faster since they're low profile as it is. Holding its own at 2.33 milliseconds is great to see. Newfie claims just 0.1 millisecond latency from their factory tests that are not end-to-end. My tests factor in the pre-travel like I said, but yet it still comes back with blazing fast results. Everything about this is just really well executed. We also have 3 layers of internal dampening with its gasket mount design. Yes, this is also gasket mounted for a better feel, and ROG Falchion Ace HFX, featuring their new Prelude HFX switches in their Falchion lineup, as this marks the 3rd iteration of the Falchion family. And taking a look at first glance, this is definitely the love child of those first 2 models, combining the design language into this mid-height 65% body. One of the things that I really enjoyed being included with the original Falchion was the dual case and cover. This returns and allows the keyboard to sit inside, which not only improves acoustics by acting as a dampening layer to absorb contact on your desk, but also if you have pets or your setup just tends to get extra dusty, this can slide. But over the summer, it got a major update in Synapse to enable SOCD, which is what got it banned in games and really shook up the entire gaming scene in July when all this happened. This is the board responsible for the SOCD boom, and believe it or not, overtook every single keyboard in the esports scene for being the #1 most used gaming keyboard among all pro players. That's a hell of an accolade. Their Huntsman lineup is pretty popular as it is, with the TKL and mini versions holding spots on millions of people's gaming setups, and Razer went nice and simple with these pro models, which I enjoy. The rounded edges and brushed aluminum is always a nice. Unix EZ63, a compact 60% layout that manages an aero cluster and definitely takes a lot of inspiration from the custom scene in the best of ways. This is also the keyboard that at Computex beat out the Wooting 60HE in Wooting's own booth, where they had the exploded in popularity, but now, as the name implies, we have a brand new layout in the compact 80%. Now, taking a look, you'll see this board I have is their special edition Transparent Ghost. It's a plastic case. There's a few different options and materials that you can pick from on their site, so you can have it look exactly the way you want from 3 different plastic cases and then 3 different zinc alloy cases. Price will shoot up from $200 to $290 from plastic to metal, but they are really well designed and each have their own benefits. I like the Ghost for the visuals and the thocky sound profile, while the other black zinc alloy case I have looks super clean and feels like a tank. Nothing else too crazy about the board.
Luke Rutkowski of We Are Change. So we have actually a lot of people who want to come on this show that we want to have on this show. And we're going to get started with a couple of really awesome guests.
Shut up. Uh-huh. Okay.
Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance. Hired hand! Wanted in Orius, you fled like a coward. Every life has a price. And your crossbow has kept your coin purse. Pagan! You failed to liberate your brothers. Just as you have failed in poisoning my subjects against me. Call out to your dreamer. Let us see if he answers. Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance has led you here, and arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece.
They will suffer for this humiliation.
You're the first ones. You're alive. I'm glad to see another living soul. The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me first.
What?
Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more.
Oh.
I would appreciate it if you could...
Oh.
Reach Clearfell. Find the miller.
Death comes swiftly here. I should keep moving.
Okay. So is this... Oh shit, what did I just open? Huge. Oh, I can hit both. Magnificent. I am annihilating. Search for the miller. Ooh, torn gloves. Oh. That's cool. Ooh, a large chest. Spark spell.
Power can hide where you least expect.
God damn. Left click to bind a skill. Oh, right click. There we go.
Inspiring.
There's a checkpoint I missed right here. Can I walk across this? Oh, I can. Am I missing something up here, though? There's some guys up here.
Fall before me.
Ho ho. Oh. Do I heal? Jeez.
The first
Whoa.
step on my chosen path.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Well. Damage. Sounds good to me.
Sons have you.
That was all that's up here. Man, I can move. I've got the schmoves. Checkpoint. Okay. Where the hell am I? Okay, is U map? Whatever, dude. I don't want to miss anything off the get-go. Oh my gosh.
Fall before me.
I wish I could create my own character. I'm liking these abilities. They're very fun. Very responsive. I gotta remember I can use just... Yeah, just press both buttons at the same time. No, don't do that. Do not do that. Okay, here we are. The fuck? Who is yelling at me?
A sickness controls him.
This doesn't seem right. Ooh. Ow. How do I teabag?
He bore the mark of corruption. I know it.
Is there a way I can teabag? That wasn't very helpful. Plus dexterity?
Die once more.
Yeah, die once more, bitch. Okay. Here we are.
Here, there is a small trace of hope in the air.
Interesting. Level 5. Level 5 and you have all this cool stuff. I don't need to do anything here. This guy has a quest for me.
Please the name. You're skilled with the violence. If what you did out there in the riverbanks at any sign. Another refugee from the Council of Justice, I take it. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense.
Create a skill gem?
There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the valley. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks. Now, if you could channel your violence against it, what would you like? I'll find some use for that.
Can I turn off these fucking weirdos typing in chat all the time? I am broke. Okay.
Till next time.
His burden is heavy. He hides it.
Welcome to the camp of the lost, stranger. We survive. We do not live. I am Una. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men into the Grellwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel into the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear this land's sickness